fact, we got a weather impact alert because of the cold, but let's talk about where we are right now because you can kind of see where things are headed. We were in the 50s, some of us in the 60s today, already back down to the 30s, so you can already tell it's getting chilly out there. Talking upper 30s, lower 40s, and by the way, a little bit of a spoiler alert here. This is a pretty good look at what our high temperatures for tomorrow could look like. So we may not make it back past this for the next 24 hours or so. So it's going to be a pretty cold weekend. That's why we do have that weather impact alert for tomorrow morning through Sunday morning. Again, I'm including Sunday afternoon because I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to go outside when it's under 40 degrees outside. Morning wind chills, though, could be under 15 degrees. Wait till you see the map here in just a second. So make sure you bundle up, not just tomorrow morning, but make sure that you are dressed in layers for the afternoon as well. And again, your 4 Ps, pets, pipes, plants, and people. Like I said before, I don't think this is going to be a pipe bursting event. But again, the odd drip here or there in your faucets is not the worst idea in the world. And of course, make sure your pets are coming inside as we head into the night. So before we get into the numbers, I do want to give you a quick explainer about what's going on here, because you always at this time of year when you see these types of systems, you always see the word polar vortex thrown around. A polar vortex is not a storm. The polar vortex is the air and the atmosphere that surrounds the pole. What happens is our jet stream kind of protects us from the cold air. It kind of separates the warm air from the cold air. Occasionally, though, you get a sag in the jet stream, and that allows all that cold air to spill south. And that's what brings us that cold air. It's what brought it last weekend. It's what's going to bring it again this weekend. Here's the good news for Texas. Bad news for the East Coast is we're just on the edge of this sag in the jet stream. Because of that, we're kind of getting part of the cold air, but we're not getting the deep core. That's going to be Memphis, Nashville. We're talking temperatures like -1 in Memphis for tomorrow morning. Well, we'll be in the 20s. So it'll be cold here. But remember, there are going to be situations much worse than ours further east. And the other good news here is this is going to be a pretty short-lived cold snap here. We're going to see high pressure start to settle back in, a ridge in the jet stream building back in as we head towards Sunday. So we're going to warm up fairly quickly after tomorrow. But again, we have to get through tomorrow to get past tomorrow. Let's talk about that. 27, 28, 29 degrees by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. But here's what it's going to feel like if you step outside tomorrow morning. Yeah, this thermometer is going to say 28, but your skin is going to tell you that it feels like it's 13 in Waco, 16 in Temple, 14 in Marlin. Numbers here pretty consistently below 20 degrees. That's what it's going to feel like as you wake up tomorrow morning. For the afternoon, I kind of spoiled this for you already. Those numbers look pretty similar to what your current conditions look like. So again, we're not going to get any warmer than it is right now over the next 24 hours. As a matter of fact, we get up to this for your Saturday. By the time you wake up on Sunday, I told you we'd warm up Sunday afternoon. Got to get through the morning first. We're talking 22, 23, 24 by the time you wake up Sunday morning. So that's what we're dealing with this weekend. Our next cold front, yeah, that's right, we just had a cold front. Now we're talking about the next one too. This is Tuesday. This one is not going to cool us down all that much, but it will bring us our next legitimate chance for liquid rain. I want to be very clear on that. I'm not expecting ice for Tuesday. Temperatures will be well above freezing all week long, but we could get some rain in the bucket on Tuesday, and we absolutely do need it, so that is good news for us. The problem is I'm going with about a 30% coverage as this front comes through, so not everybody's going to see the rain before it moves out, and unfortunately that is really the only rain chance that I have for you over the next 7 days. So let's get to your 7-day forecast here, and you'll see, again, there's that weather impact alert for the next couple of days. Cold mornings, cold afternoon for your Saturday. Sunday, beautiful by the time we get to the afternoon. We're talking upper 50s there. Back into the 60s Monday and Tuesday. In fact, could be close to 70 degrees there at times for the beginning of the week. And then there's that 30% chance of rain that we see with the cold front coming through. And again, the cold front, it's not going to be the strongest cold front in the world. That's good news for us because that means we're going from the middle upper 60s to the lower 60s by Wednesday. And the coldest I've got for you next week, obviously 35 in the morning, not ideal, but the coldest afternoon I've got for you is going to be 59 there on Thursday before we start another warm up into the weekend. So again, we are getting into February, and I'm afraid that Mother Nature is luring us back into that fall sense of security. So we're going to go with the 50s and 60s, but just understand that February freezes are a real thing. So we'll keep an eye out for the next one. And remember, you can keep an eye out on your weather anytime you need it by downloading our 6 Plus app. You can stream your forecast for free 24/7.